As a woman in the Western world, the way that the society is designed, it is hard for a woman like me to thrive in this structure. For the past few years, I've been trying to figure out a way to live in alignment with my spirit, live in alignment with my path, and I have lost some things and gained some things along the way that have allowed me to really identify what I need to do to thrive in this world. I'm documenting this process to show what it looks like to stand in your truth and to embody your beliefs and to thrive as a woman in a man's society. How to break the rules, not in a rebellious way, but in an empowering way. How to be empowered as a woman and what that looks like. And that's not rejecting or demonizing men or masculinity, because it's needed. This framework and mindset and worldview is also needed. So we stop being brainwashed into believing that we must work like the men and live like the men and train like the men and think like the men and talk like the men in order to thrive, because it really ultimately just works against us. This is me showing you that you don't have to act like a man to thrive in a man's world. Growing up, there were parts of myself that I silenced and suppressed. There were parts of myself that society just innately did not leave space for and leave room for, and I learned how to acclimate to live within somebody else's structure. And now I see how that has limited me, how it hasn't served me, how it led me to a point where I didn't recognize myself, where I was like, whose life am I living? I can see that potentially being relatable for a lot of women, because like I have said, this society is not built for a woman to be a woman. It's built for a woman to live like a man, which naturally would throw off her connection with her body, her connection with her femininity, her connection with her spirit, her connection with her soul. Women, I believe, are the powerhouses of the world. There's a reason why they say whatever you give women, they will multiply. And it has to do with the vortex of energy that a woman naturally holds and carries. She's a powerhouse. When a powerhouse is not generating the power it's designed to generate, essentially it malfunctions, throws the whole axis of the earth off when women are not in tune with themselves. And I believe that that's what we are currently experiencing. The world can only right itself when women live in alignment and in tune with the integration of their femininity and their masculinity. I believe right now, because we have lived and grew in a structure that promotes masculine characteristics and masculine traits. We live in a masculine society. This is why they say it's a man's world, because we live in a society that is designed for a man's hormonal cycle. We live in a society that tells us to be disciplined, to hustle. The only way to get success is to be consistent, show up every day, be disciplined, be logical. That resonates with the being, with the species whose body runs on the same consistency and cycle as the sun, where it shows up and shines just as bright in the same places, in the same ways, at the same times, at the same day. I mean, seasons change it, but versus a species that is designed more similar to the moon, where it shows up full, then it shows up half full, then it shows up a portion full, then it shows up barely. You have to look and then you see just the shadow of it. That shows you how a woman can show up in the world. It's not that she just can't show up, it's that she's gonna show up differently. And that is what's innate and true to her bodily makeup, to her 28-day give or take menstrual cycle. That is just the way that she's wired. That's the way she's designed. So how can she thrive in a world that is not designed around her physiological cycles? She's either going to learn to silence her intuition. She's going to learn to disconnect from her body. Eventually, she's not even going to learn to do this, but something in her is going to resent masculinity because it oppresses her femininity. It oppresses her nature. And this is not to say that in order to be a woman, you have to be mainly feminine and not masculine. We all know that all humans have both masculine and feminine energy. The beauty is when you are able to integrate the two. I guess I am speaking to the woman who feel the dissonance within their body, within their heart, within their spirit, living within the structure of this world. And so I'm here to tell you and to show you that you can build a structure for yourself that aligns with your body's nature, with your soul's nature, with your physiological makeup. You don't have to play like the boys and live like the men to be powerful. You don't have to talk like the men to be heard. You don't have to train like the men to have the body you desire. We just live in such a masculine world, and the feminine is only celebrated in like the soft ways, but the feminine gets wild, okay? The feminine can be soft, the feminine can be tough, the feminine can be tamed, the feminine can be wild. The feminine has so much range. The feminine can provide, the feminine can protect. That does not make her masculine. No, I want you to know this too before I go away. I hope you're still here to hear this part. I believe that men and women are both needed and necessary. I cherish and value the role of both man and woman in the world. I do not wish that I lived in a world without men. Who the fuck would take out the trash? Who is going down in the sewers and I'm speaking from personal life experience, but who is going in 13-foot trenches to fuck with sewage water? Who's doing that? The boys. I'm okay with that. Who balances us out? You know what I mean? I believe that the world is full of balance. The world is full of duality, and duality does not equal hierarchy to me. We're in a world where duality does. When you say this or that, people inherently hear you saying better or worse, inferior or superior. I say all this to say, join me on this journey, whether you need to be inspired, whether you like to witness it for yourself, whether this video is confusing you, whether you feel dissonance in this video. Feel free to witness my journey and hear my framework develop. It's okay if it triggers you. I kind of want it to. I want it to make you feel at home. I want it to make you feel seen. I want it to make you uncomfortable because that means change or growth, or even if you disagree with me, I want you to disagree with me because at least that will help you come closer to your truth. Whatever I say, if it don't resonate, you get closer to what values you do carry. You get closer to what lifestyle you do want to live. So I'm not posting this for everybody to agree with me. I'm not posting this to ruffle feathers. I mean, it's a byproduct. It inherently will, but genuinely I'm just posting this to express myself because I've lived a life where I hid in the shadows and I just had my thoughts and I made my observations and I watched the world and I analyzed the world, and we'll talk about this later, but I had my own childhood traumas and conditioning where I believed my voice didn't need to be heard, my opinions, and maybe I think too deep and maybe I see too much, maybe I say too much. But so here I am sharing, expressing, and embodying what it looks like when a woman claims her power as a woman, when a woman learns to integrate her masculine and her feminine. I'm not saying I have reached my end of that, but I'm okay with you witnessing my journey and learning how to do so. And I hope that we can do it together. And if not, I hope that you can just witness. But this is my journey of becoming the woman they told me not to be. I can't believe I'm saying this on a video and I'm posting it. Wow! I've grown so much! Okay, I'm gonna go back to writing my Substacks. Feel free to dive into that. I have a lot that I have to do that I'm working on, building this world of mine in the way that resonates with me. I'm gonna stop yapping because I could just keep going and on 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 and on. But I'm gonna stop here so I can keep sharing in other ways. I love you. I love you. I love me. I love you. I love us. I love spirit. I love the great mother. I love the great father. And I'm grateful to be here with you. So stay tuned for the rest. Okay, I'm done yapping. I don't know how to say bye. I don't know how to say bye. I don't want you to leave. Don't go. Don't go.